Okay, let's take the first of these calls. It's a man who's often very provocative about Muslims in himself. So let's hope he tempers that a little this evening. Jacob in Bedford. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yes, hi, I'm of Pakistani Christian origin.
Oh, we know that, Jacob. You've frequently told us that.
Yes, and I'm a great fan of Muslims, but a critic of Islam. I think that Anjem Choudhury being banned and his organisation, Islam4UK, being banned is wonderful, because this is an organisation which promotes hatred and violence. And, okay, he may pop up in another guise, but let's just stay on top of him. And also his benefits should be suspended. He's biting the hand that feeds. He says he hates infidels, but is quite happy to take the infidels' money. And you talk about freedom of speech. And
no, I didn't. You see, you weren't listening, Jacob. You just weren't listening, because you're so filled with bile against Islam that you just wait to pour out your predetermined script. I am not against the ban because of freedom of expression. I don't believe in freedom of expression as an unlimited right for anybody. I'm in favor of shutting their mouths any way that we can. But my issue with this ban is that it will help them by showing young Muslims that the British state is ready to crack down and close down organisation after organisation, ban cleric after cleric, refuse visa after visa. This is manna from heaven for them, Jacob. You'll know that phrase, you being a Christian and all.
Yeah, but we can counter that by, an educated approach towards these sorts of people. I mean, you were in a Muslim part of the world last week, weren't you?
My movements are nothing to do with you.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, I would say, for example, if you take Anjem Choudhury, for example, he is somebody who's gone from one organisation to another. He's disturbing race relations in this country. He's creating all sorts of problems. Let's suspend his benefits. You know.
What will that do? How will that stop him?
Well, I mean, for example, he says he wants the freedom to express his views. But if he and his Islamists came to power, they would destroy our freedoms.
Well, but that's true of lots of organisations. That's true of the BNP.
But that's
true of the BNP.
Yeah, sure.
Should we stop all their benefits? Should we ban them?
Let me tell you, George, as an Asian person, a dark-skinned person, I would feel safer living next door to a BNP
No, you
person
wouldn't, because that's where you're so stupid.
Than an Islamist.
Well, that's where you're so
BNP
stupid.
don't want to kill me.
Jacob,
Islamists
they do want to kill you.
No, they don't.
That guy today who went to prison for 11 and a half years doesn't care whether you're a Hindu, a Sikh, a Christian, or a Muslim. All he cares about is that you are an immigrant with a black face. That's all he cares about.
Islam is a religion of violence. Look at the Coptic Christians who were murdered celebrating Christmas on Thursday, January the 7th, when you were in Egypt, and you didn't mention it. You turned a blind eye to it.
Far from not mentioning it. Far from not mentioning it.
You didn't mention it.
I denounced it. I denounced it.
I listened to you last week. I didn't hear you. You know, Christians are murdered on a daily basis in the Muslim world, in Pakistan.
Not quite as many as the Muslims being murdered by Christian armies.
Yeah, but that's not theologically justified.
Well, whatever.
In the Quran is theologically justified.
Whatever the justification,
infidels.
Jacob. Whatever the justification.
Well, you don't know, because you don't come from a Muslim country.
Listen,
you know, you don't come from. You don't know what these people are like.
Jacob, you're a very troubled man, as anybody.
I love Muslims, but I'm a critic of Islam. Islam is a religion of violence and warfare.
Jacob, you're a very troubled man, as anyone who's listened to you on all the shows on this network. You always have the same song to sing, and I, for one, am tired of it. Here's Scott in Manchester. Go ahead, Scott.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, you're supporting Islam4UK.
No, I'm not supporting
hang on a minute.
Islam4UK.
Let me speak.
No, not when you're misrepresenting me. I am not supporting Islam4UK. I spit upon them. I despise them. I have nothing but unalloyed contempt for them. Okay?
Well, what do you think about the view of Islam about gays?
Listen. Stop coming on here seeking to whip up hatred against millions of our fellow citizens. I know that there are people out there who secretly sympathize with the weapons hoarder and the other extremists who hate Muslims out there in the country. But you're going to have to learn that if you're going to comment on what I believe or comment on what I say, it better be what I believe and what I say, not what you think I said or think I believe. Now, I have nothing but contempt for Anjem Choudary. I have nothing but contempt for his group, whatever they call it, whatever they called it yesterday and whatever they call it tomorrow. My point is, and it's been in a sense vindicated by the first two calls, that this man will keep popping up however many times you ban his organizations. If you ban Islam4UK today, he'll form Islam5UK tomorrow, Islam6UK next week. He'll keep popping up. You will not stop him propagating his vile ideas by banning his organization. What you will do, if you're intelligent, is stop spitting hatred at Muslims with such vindictiveness that you drive them, some of them, into the camp of Anjem Choudary. Don't pick up your phone every time there's a phone in on this subject and add to the sum total of bigotry and hatred against Muslims in Britain, because actually that's what Anjem Choudary wants you to do.